There's an old adage that says when life gives you lemons, you need to make lemonade. But what happens when life gives you dead ash trees? Well, I bought a sawmill. Hey everybody, I'm Jason, and welcome back to From Tree to Lumber. Today we're going to talk about making the best of a bad situation, which is salvaging what I can from the carnage left over by the emerald ash borer. I've made it my personal mission to not let these dead or dying trees go to waste. Ash is a beautiful wood, and it's worth harvesting. This tree blew over in a windstorm this past winter. You can see that it has a fairly abrupt hook at the far end, so I'm going to cut it right there and trim the log into two pieces. That short piece at the end should have some really nice straight grain, so it's worth milling separately. These D-shaped holes in the bark are the classic sign of the emerald ash borer. You can also see the telltale tracks left in the wood just under the bark. These trails are actually what ends up killing the tree because it disrupts the flow of water and nutrients from the roots to the crown. Obviously, it's a very efficient killer as there just really aren't that many of these trees left. It's very sad. Okay, it's time to load the first log onto the sawmill bed. Let's see what we can get from it. All right, so this log came from the upper portion of the tree. This is probably kind of from the 12 to 20 foot mark. So there's a lot of branch evidence here. All right. Now what that's going to mean is this log is not going to give me nice, clear, long, straight grain. It's going to give me probably some knots and a little bit of swirl and stuff, which is still fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not really furniture grade, but that doesn't really matter to me because I have a lot of projects that I have to make that quite honestly, it doesn't really matter what the wood looks like. This tree is 9 feet long and 13 inches. So there's nothing wrong with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some 2-inch material out of this because I need to make some legs and supports for some workbenches. I'm not sure of the width yet. We'll see what we get out of it and we'll see what it looks like. But that's the destination for this, and it's going to give me some beautiful wood. This is my second sawmill. It uses a 23 horsepower Briggs & Stratton engine to cut logs up to 36 inches in diameter. It's made by Norwood Industries right here in Ontario, Canada. It's a wonderful piece of equipment and I am proud to own it. Nothing goes to waste around here. These bark-covered cutoffs, or flitches as they're called, will eventually be cut down and added to our firewood pile to heat the house next winter. So this is what I got. See what I mean? It's actually beautiful, beautiful grain. It's a beautiful wood, to be honest with you. But it's not that nice, straight, cathedral kind of look that most people would want for cabinet making. I have a much better feeling about this log, although you really don't know until you get into it. It's it's like cutting a gemstone. You have an idea what's going on in there, but until you actually make the cuts, there's just no way of knowing. But this piece has one little spot here where there was a knot, but the rest of it looks pretty clean and it's reasonably straight. The other thing is the piece that was below this on the tree cut very nicely. It wasn't perfect, but it was certainly a cabinet grade wood. So that's what I'm hoping for here. Hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. It should be some nice straight grain, although maybe not perfect, but certainly pretty darn nice. Yeah, this is definitely a much nicer piece of wood. Look at that grain. Okay, here's what we've got out of that small log. I would call this stuff to be pretty high quality, kind of cabinet grade ash. You know, they're 4 feet long, and a couple of them might have to be trimmed a little bit shorter to, get usable pieces. But certainly there's, 3-foot lengths in there that are going to be just absolutely beautiful. So, you can use those for, styles on doors or make little boxes or whatever you want. I mean, you always have need for smaller pieces, right? Beautiful wood. Then on top of that, I've got this little pile of what I just call utility grade. Like it's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. Might have a knot or two in it. So if you had to, you could either cut around it, or like I say, I'm always looking for shelves for my shop. So it's certainly good enough for that. And there's a fair bit there. And then from these longer 9-foot pieces, which was quite a nice log. This is very solid ash. I've got 2 2x4s. This is all rough cut, of course. 2 2x8s, really nice stuff. This little thing here is sort of a cutoff that I just got out of one of the edges, and it's about 1.5 inches by 4. It's very straight grain, so it might actually make some nice handles for either an axe or hammers or something. I've got all kinds of old tools laying around with no handles, so one of these days I'm going to get to that. And then of course I've got this 4x4 that came right out of the middle. That's usable for any number of things. If I want to make a workbench, I want to use 4x4 legs, I can do that. If I want to use it for dunnage, to just put stuff on, I can stack stuff on it. Never have enough 4x4 laying around, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that's just a piece of ash that came out of the bush that was dead and probably in 2 or 3 years would have been rotted right out and completely useless. So we've got to do what we can to utilize this stuff. It's very unfortunate that it's dying. There's no doubt about that. But it would be absolutely a shame if we didn't try to save what we can from it, because one day it's going to be like American chestnut. We're all going to talk about it as one of the great things that used to be. And well, I'm going to do my best to fill up my shipping container full of this stuff and hopefully have it for years to come. Thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. If you enjoy this video, I would appreciate you subscribing, and I hope you all have a great day.